Hi, this is Brennan Davis from Bedrock Games and the Bedrock blog, and I'm just doing a little intro this time to the podcast recording of our Sons of Lady 87 campaign. This is our Tuesday game, and if you've been listening to these recordings, just to give you sort of an idea of what we've been trying to do is just hit record and let people see what the sessions are like. We don't really do anything special, and it's sort of the whole session, warts and all, and hopefully people will get an idea of how I play the game, so that when I'm writing on the blog about this stuff, they'll have a better sense of exactly what's going on at the table, so that it's not sort of just the highlights and the greatest hits reel on the blog page. So this upcoming session, though, I wanted to do this intro first because there's a lot going on, and I don't know how this session is going to end. I never know how a session is going to end, but this is it's a particularly dramatic moment in the campaign where the players are being hounded by the Empire, and it's pretty obvious they could go in any number of directions. And I don't know if it's going to result in the party being wiped out, if it's going to result in the party finding some path where they're able to go into hiding, or very remotely if they're able to find a way to defeat the Glorious Emperor. In my other campaign on Sunday, the Glorious Emperor was defeated a long time ago, but this campaign we sort of set things sort of in the canonical setting where everything from the first session to now is pretty much as it appears in the rule books, and so it's possible they could try to defeat the Glorious Emperor. It's a very tough call. That's not an easy thing to do. So we have all this stuff going on, and one of the things that I know might happen is there could be a clash between the forces that are loyal to the party and the forces that are loyal to the Emperor. And I've sort of done a breakdown of all the... I basically did it by the numbers, so I tallied up the total number of chi ranks of all the people involved, and I counted anyone who was 0 chi as... taking 20 of them to equal 1 chi rank person. And the reason is just because those kinds of characters, they'll often die 20 at a time. So I figured that was a good way to measure it. Then once I had the total number, I used that to figure out how many D10 each side would roll. And what I was trying to get from these numbers was 1 to 6 D10 rolls on either side. And it actually turned out to be pretty even, which was surprising to me. So if conditions are ideal for the party's allies, it's going to be 60-10 versus 60-10. And if conditions are not ideal, it'll be 5d10 versus 60-10. Now, what this is determining is the sort of background fighting that's going on. I do a lot of theater of the mind type stuff, and so I don't want to do a micromanaged mass combat, but I also don't want to just hand wave everything that goes on in the background. So this will help me determine, number one, which side's forces are winning or losing depending on what's going on, and obviously things that players do during the battle could sort of boost up rolls on either side, and which heroes die during the fight. So the simple mechanic that I use is on a success, it's like a roll-off between each side, and on a success, the other side loses a die, and they presumably lose that equivalent to their forces. And if you get a total success, then the other side loses a hero. That's very sort of abstract mechanic. Certain characters are not considered to be in the mix with that. If they're sort of in frame where the fighting is happening and we're all talking about it, then they're not just going to suddenly die. But so a character like Saffron Tigress would probably need to be killed in the actual combat. But it gives us a good idea of what's going on in the background, and so so we'll see what happens. But that's sort of the system that we have going. And in terms of what to do after this session, for all I know, the campaign could come to an end this session. I mean, the current campaign, and we might have to start a new group of characters, or the campaign will continue on as it has, and things will be largely uninterrupted. Or I might set a change of pace by introducing some strange tale stuff if the characters all die, or I don't really know what's going to happen. I'm still sort of thinking of all the possibilities, but this is sort of where we are with the campaign, and I just wanted to give people a sense of of what to expect. And so, we'll see what happens by the end of tonight. I'm pretty excited, and again, I have no idea how this is going to end. So this is just the intro. Listen to the session. All right, so you guys are just leaving Daoju, and Kenny, what day of the month is it again?
17th.
Okay, so the 17th of the Elephant Moon. And what do you guys want to do?
I'm 14.
Yes.
I've got
yes.
booze.
You do. Yeah, it should be said you seem to be gaining your youth again. You appear to be 14 years old.
I look at my saggy clothes and I just kind of like shrug it off whilst getting up from the wagon that I probably had been sleeping on. If I slept the night, I should have regained some wounds as well. Yeah.
Okay, so are you? Well, I haven't made the roll yet.
Is this immediately after the fight, or
this is like a day after, and I haven't made a roll yet for your journey from Daoju to your destination.
Yeah. I was just saying, if we've rested for the day after this fight, then I'll gain my wounds for that.
Okay.
I'll keep my imbalance as it is because I'm not meditating or anything, and yada yada yada. Pardon me. Yeah, I'll get up. I'll look at my kind of like shrunken clothes and stuff. I'll look around for a kind of like wine gourd. And then after I grab it, I'll kind of like look around at the camp and stuff and go, right, I guess I'm leading, right? My voice.
And can you guys make a detect roll for me?
Yeah.
Sure.
I got 10.
All right.
I got a 7.
I got a 10.
All right, so you guys all see a man wearing a constable's hat running up to you guys. And he looks kind of obsequious.
Secrets.
I'll kind of like start getting myself together and take a swig of wine as I hop off the wagon.
All
I'll
right.
stay on the wagon.
All right, he runs up to you. Do you want to do anything to prevent him from coming to you, or do you want to just let him approach?
No. I'll let him approach.
All right. So he sort of looks at all of you guys, and then he pulls out a letter, and he hands it to Dao Feng.
Okay. I read the letter.
And he says, "I was told to give you this message," and he just turns around and runs away again.
I'll just look
I just
at his retreating figure.
I sigh and say, "Oh, not again."
What's going on?
You've been poisoned again.
Are you joking? What?
Yeah, it's that guy that got away.
What am I poisoned with? Is it that 1,000 silkworm venom again?
No, he doesn't say. He says if you want the antidote, I need to go duel him at the gates of Dagwam with one other person.
Well, we'll probably be near there soon, right? Let's just keep on going. I don't feel any worse at the moment. I feel much better, I say, in my 14-year-old body. What do you think this poison does, anyway?
Imagine it'll kill you.
I mean, in the meantime, it's symptoms.
Does it say that I have no idea? I have no way of telling without a sample of it.
I nod. And I just go, never heard of any poisons that make people grow younger? No, I mean...
Have I?
What's your talent poison skill?
2.
Let's see. Maybe you have. You've heard that things like this are possible, but you don't know of a specific poison.
Okay. Well, I've
You've
heard
like
it's
heard it
possible,
referenced as an idea.
but it's never been proven, as far as I'm aware.
If it is a poison, let's just hope we get the antidote before I return back to life soon.
Yes.
I start leading us on our way.
All right, can you make a survival roll? And are you going
Sure.
to you're going to Wuzhen?
I thought we wanted to return to Dowager because
Oh.
we're south of Tigris.
Oh no. So the did you get in the message I sent?
Yeah.
So she was sending you guys to Wuzhen while she handled
Oh, right.
the
okay.
initial stages of that in Daoju.
Yeah.
Just to get
In which case, I mean, the thing is, where we were, because we're nearby that Sao Outpost type place, we were going to go cross country to Dalgier and then go down to Wuzhen anyways.
Yeah, but see, she had to go into Daoju to take care of the body.
Okay. So,
We can always divert to Dagwan and kill this guy, get the antidote,
yeah.
and then go south.
I mean, it'll probably be a bit quicker. Especially if I'm losing a year per day.
Yeah. Also, this could be like related to your imbalance.
Well, I mean, we could try risking it by sailing up the Dao River, by merchant to Wuzhen. Try and do it really quickly, or we could go to Dagwan in the meantime.
I think it's probably best to get the antidote because we don't know what you've been poisoned with, so we don't know how long you got.
Okay, yeah. We'll go to Dagwan for this
Okay.
duel.
You guys can always use the dock stations too if you want to just send a message to Kenny rather than actually go there. That's always an option
Okay.
for you.
Yeah, we'll send a message to him.
All right. So you guys want to try to reach Daguan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so can you give me a survival roll to get there? And you can also stop at a DAC station if you want and send a message.
I think we'll do that. Okay, so I've got 3d10 with my expertise in survival. I've had a little bit to drink, but I wouldn't say I'm drunk as of yet. So should I roll it with my 3d10?
Yes.
Okay. I got a 6 at the highest.
All right. So that's enough. So you start heading to Daguan, and you do encounter a dock station. What do you want the message to say, and which? Have you done the dock stations before?
No, we haven't.
Okay, all right. So I'll explain the rules here. So you have you basically buy them by different kinds of tallies. There's a golden tally, a silver tally, and a bronze tally. And the dock station will send a message, and the messages go a certain number of days depending on which tally you buy. So a gold tally is 100 spades, and it goes 170 miles in a day. So that would reach Kenny really fast. A bronze tally is like 105 miles a day, and a silver tally would be 140.
And I guess we'll just go for a gold one if it's... how much was it?
100 spades.
Yeah, 100
Nothing.
spades.
Yeah, no
It's
problem.
nothing. Look at you and you rich guys over there.
Yeah, I'll pay the 100 spades.
All right. So since those go 175 miles in a day, it'll only be like a quarter of a day by the time it gets to him. So he'll get the message very quickly.
Nice one. I'll dictate the message. Nobody. Hey, Uji, come to Dalsha, okay? We're black. Also, we're going to Dagwan. I've been poisoned again. See you soon. Bye.
Okay. So you want to. So the morning attire in this region would be white. You'd probably wear something like.
In which case I would have said we're white.
Okay, so but you succeeded, so you guys are going to get to Daguan. I just want to shift to Kenny really quick because Kenny, you get that message before they even reach Daguan, and so I don't know if you need it repeated, but basically a courier arrives at the bookshop and hands you a sealed message that contains the information that Elliot just described.
And I'm guessing I don't know who died, so
No,
or,
I just said wear white.
I'll just crush the letter and burn it or something, whatever.
Okay.
Oh no, I pissed him off.
And I'm going to, yeah, I guess I'll start moving at speed towards Dagwan as well.
Okay. All right. Can you make a survival roll?
Do I need to get white clothes?
We told you to go to Dowager.
That shoe? Okay, tell me that shoe.
We're going to Dalgan.
Okay.
We're going to Dagwan because I've been poisoned again. Unless you're that interested in my poisoning.
No, I don't particularly care.
That good old spirit of camaraderie.
We're told to go as a two.
Okay. Do I have to buy white clothes?
Yes. If you want to follow, I mean, it's Boris Drunken Sword, so maybe you're taking what he says with a grain of salt. But he said wear white, so you're assuming morning.
I'll buy a white headband.
Okay. All right.
Awfully
Like,
casual.
made of sackcloth because that's the tradition, right?
Okay. Yeah, and they have
Hey,
like
who's
a white.
that? He says, kicking
things
open the
too.
doors to like the cemetery or whatever. It's your father, Wuchi. What?
So
Yeah,
so
I'll
for, like,
buy one. I don't know how much. 5 spades.
2
Just a
spades for
headband.
the yeah.
Can I just pay 5 because I don't want to deal with
Yeah,
one?
yeah. You could pay 5. So you get. Did you want it? You wanted just like a head wrap?
Yeah. And
Alright.
I will rush towards Daoshu.
All right. Can you make the survival roll?
Also, what's our EXP total at the moment?
Oh, you
Like,
guys got 5 XP last session.
55.
But I wasn't there,
55.
so do I sit out
Yeah,
that?
yeah. You still get the 5 XP this session.
Oh, I guess okay.
Yeah, we're 55 total.
What's everybody's chi rank right now?
4.
Four. I believe 4 anyways.
Okay, survival. I should spend some EXP soon, actually. It's just building up there. I got an 8 at the highest.
All right. So you make it to Daoju, and you can definitely feel there's a weird mood in the community, and
Just
Yeah.
rushed home, I guess.
all right. So when you get
There's one
there,
guy who's like scratching his arms constantly. It's like, no, he's dead. Where am I going to get my medicine?
all right. So when you get there, there's a shrine in your house with a tablet with your father's name on it, and like all the food and everything laid out, and a wooden coffin behind the shrine, and your mother is kneeling, and Ni Ping is performing the ceremonial music, and obviously your father has been killed. Is the conclusion?
Yeah, I guessed that already. It's just...
Your dad's dead.
I'll do the melodramatic thing of falling on my knees at the doorway, going, "No,
Baba!
All right. Your mother gets up and goes over to you, and she escorts you into to the shrine to kneel down with her, and she says he was killed on the road back from getting the sword.
Who did it?"
He was killed by a man named Heartbreaking King, one of the 3 gallant sons of Sun Si. We killed 2 of them, but Roaming Corpse got away.
Roman Corpse was not the one who killed.
No, Roman Corpse was
he's
not the one. It was a guy with an axe named Heartbreaking King.
Right, but Heartbreaking King is dead, and so is the other guy, and then there's only Roman Corpse left.
Yep. But we were
And
also.
who's
Oh, what was that?
and Sun Zi. Who's Sun Zi?
Oh, he was their father, but he's dead. They poisoned him.
Why did they attack?
I don't know. They have a history of working with the Emperor, and we were ambushed by them and that Silver Chrysanthemum woman.
Silver Chrysanthemum, but I thought Da Feng. Oh, the Yao version of her.
Yeah, she was a Yao. When she,
I had to like think. I thought she was dead.
How did she come back from the dead?
she says, "But I sent them to get you. Where are they?"
I'll just shrug. I'll just shake my head and say, Drunken Sword got poisoned again, and I believe Roaming Corpse has. Would I have inferred that? Poisoned again. I believe they're going to get the antidote at Dagwan now.
Did you mention Dagwan in your message?
We mentioned we were going to Dagwan,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. She says I can continue with the ceremonies. You can go to Dagwan and
Be with your friends.
and return here before the burial. I don't think that they'll trouble us during this time.
I'll nod and say I need to go make sure that Da Feng is safe.
I just want to say, I don't think they'll trouble us much in this time. That's why it's a perfect time to strike!
Yeah.
So how long has it been since we? How long did it take us to get to Dagwan
Oh, so
from
all
where
right,
we
so,
started?
so you're going to get to Dagwan well before he does. Kenny, are you going to go to Dagwan or are you going to remain in the village?
Well, I think I'll stay in the village actually, because there's
You don't care about us.
pitiful, the pitiful Ping is there, and Drunken Sword, despite his drunkenness, is capable enough in the fight. So I think Dalfong is probably relatively safe, but Saffron Tigress only has whatever her name is.
Ni Ping.
Ni Ping.
All right.
My faceman Wuju doesn't realise that Dalfang and Boris Drunken Sword both took a good walloping last
All right.
fight.
So you guys arrive at the gates of Dagwan, and you see that there's a carriage there, and there's a man in a constable uniform standing at the at the at the head of the carriage, and he seems to be waiting for you.
I'll like nod at Dalfang and also at what's your character's name again? Was it Ping or something? For some reason I want to say Pingu.
Oh, Adam?
Yeah, Ping, yeah.
Ping, that was it. Yeah, I was thinking Pingu for some reason. I nod at Ping and at Dalfang before I start walking up to the carriage.
All right. He bows in greeting.
I kick the wheel of his carriage and I go, "What's your problem, man? Like, Jesus, we've got things to do, you know, and you poison me?
He says, "I'm to take you to the duel.
Ugh,
It'll be very hard
Why
to
you
do
just
with a broken wheel."
can you just see that, like, I would totally just completely wreck whoever it is you send it at me, so just give me the antidote already, so I've got to go off, you know?
I don't know anything about an antidote or poisoning. I just know I'm supposed to take you to a duel. And I'm only supposed to take 2 people, not 3.
Well, I mean, I point at Dalfang and I just go, he's the one that you know, you wanted. I'm the other one to fight, and he's a beggar and he's here to watch. He begged a free ticket.
He says, "Well, I was instructed to only take 2.
Yeah, well then I'd better break all the wheels in your carriage.
No.
and then break
We'll,
you into-
we'll. I think I can accommodate you. I'll I'll just
Yeah,
have to
that's what I
explain it.
thought. Poisoning me and getting me to go into some stupid duel and stuff. And saying I can't be my friend. Who do you think you are?
He says, I did not
As
poison
I
you.
get onto the carriage.
All right, so do you guys all get in the carriage then?
Yeah, I hop on in.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me see here. So they are going to transport you. Do you want to do anything during the journey?
I want to ask him for wine. I'll say, where's the wine, man? Come on, you knew you were preparing for me, so you must have wine, huh?
He hands you a gourd. He's driving the carriage, but he hands you a gourd from up front.
I pass it to Delphi and go, check to see if it's poison again. Can't trust these people.
Check for poison.
What's your rating again?
2.
It doesn't look poisoned to you.
This doesn't look poisoned.
Listen, I'll start drinking it.
I said that before.
All right, so
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'll stay after drinking like a load.
okay, so number one, Elliot, you also notice something about yourself. You seem a year younger again.
Yeah.
But after several hours of traveling, you guys get into some heavy hills, and the carriage stops. And he says, "We're here." And
I'll
stick
look
my head
outside
out,
the
have a
carriage.
look around.
what was that?
I thought I'd stick my head out to have a look around before getting out.
What's your
Yeah.
detect?
3.
Can I do the same thing as well? I'll poke my head out the other side.
All right, so you see roaming corpse ahead of the carriage, but you also see strong evidence of a lot of other people in these hills. Let's see here. You see a constable with 13 men. You see a guy that you've never seen before, who looks like a Yenli priest. You see left-handed dragon, who you know. You see Scholar Han, who's your former neighbor, and you see a bunch of Yao too. Like you see at least 4 or 5 Yao, and they're all these people are scattered about, and the two sorry, the two people in front of the, so you have roaming corpse in front of the carriage, but about 20 feet behind him is where Scholar Han is.
Quick question.
Uh-huh.
As I went into Karmic Imbalance last time, it became 19. I'm guessing that would mean that I wouldn't be able to use any cathartic techniques or anything like that.
Technically, no.
It's been quite a long while on the carriage, which you have not meditated.
Yeah. Wait,
on
I
the
think
way.
I think you're actually back. Your chi is back down. You can use cathartic techniques, I think, but you have that condition that
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so
I'm close to my goal of being a poison doctor in a valley somewhere.
There's like 5 Yao, 13 constables, guards, whatever, a constable, this ripping guy, his old neighbor. Yeah, fair few people.
there's quite a few people.
I don't think we need to worry too much about my neighbour. I could maybe take the constables. You take the Yao.
What if I just go in? Like, how far apart are they? Like,
So
are
they're
they
pretty
relatively,
spread
like-
out. They look very staggered, so that they're like specifically set up to make it hard for you to do the sword whipping strike thing. Like they're all about 30 feet apart in different groups. And so to the north of you, you see a bunch of men with rope darts. There's 4 men with rope darts in the northern hills, and that's where you also see that Yenli priest.
Yeah.
In the southern hills, you see the 4 Yao, and you see you also do see Silver Chrysanthemum there, and Left-handed dragon is in the south, and directly ahead of you is roaming corpse, Scholar Han, somebody who looks like he's a sheriff leading 13 constables, and that's what you see. If you need me to repeat any of that, I'm happy to do so.
No worries. I'll poke my head out. I'll go, hey, you bunch of rude bastards! Give me the antidote so I can get along to this funeral already. You're being very rude.
So Scholar Han nods, and like a soldier who you didn't even see sort of runs up from behind and grabs something from roaming corpse, and the soldier walks up to the carriage and hands it to you.
I pick it up.
Is
this the antidote?
Scholar Han says, yes, it's the antidote. I want you healed before justice is served.
Okay. I'll retreat back into the carriage, and I'll go. I'm just getting it checked. Can't trust you bunch of slimy bastards. And I'll pass it to Dalfang. At the same time, I'll lean in close and whisper to him, if it's authentic, let's jump the carriage driver and try and ride this thing out of here, okay?
Yeah, sounds like a plan. I'll smoke on them.
Okay, in
I'll
which
test
case,
it.
yeah.
All right, so what are you trying to do?
I want to get Dalfang to authenticate the antidote, but if it is authentic, then as soon as he's kind of confirmed that, we're going to try and jack this carriage driver's position, hold him hostage or kick him out of the carriage, whatever, and then try and escape with this carriage, using the horse or whatever, whilst Dalfang uses his smoke production abilities, because he's got some.
So
yeah, I've got some smoke powder on me.
So Dalfeng, you really got a good roll. You know that this is a pill made out of cyanide. So the downside is, if he takes this pill, he's going to suffer the full effects of cyanide.
Mm-hmm.
But you also think this is legitimately the cure, based on what you heard about the ruminations that we had spoken of earlier that you had encountered.
So if we
what do you choose to say, though?
It's the cure, but it's also poison.
I look up and I go, that doesn't make sense.
I think it'll cure you, but I think it'll also give you the effects of cyanide poisoning. So if I can make together some antidote for cyanide poisoning,
Urine.
and you take both, we should be okay.
Time for the water sports to come out. Just R18 this podcast, because you're gonna be pissing in Drunken Sword's mouth.
Yeah. I mean, why would they bring out all these people just to feed me a cyanide pill? We don't like that. I'll poke my head out again. I'll go, you bunch of lying bastards! It's poison! How can I be cured of poison by poison?
Scholar Han says, the remedy for the poison you've been afflicted with is cyanide.
Is that what I'm telling you, a little kid?
Roman Corpse sort of steps forward and he says, yes, this is the secret of my venom.
Ah. Is there any way, when I take the cyanide, I can keep my youthful vitality? Because I'm gonna miss this.
He says, I've never cured anybody, so I don't know what the effects will be.
Well, fuck you! I won't show you the pleasure of me being your guinea pig. I dart in, snatch up the cyanide pill, shove it in my mouth, kick out the carriage driver, and just yank on the reins to try and escape out.
I throw a smoke bomb at the crowd.
Okay, so do you take it without Dalfeng making an antidote of any kind?
To the cyanide?
Yes.
I doubt we'd have enough time for him to make the antidote
Okay.
inside of this like carriage. So,
All right, so the
or a
so-
shrunken sword's just gonna go balls to the fucking walls. Maybe I die. Maybe I don't.
well,
I think it
the-
probably would have made
so
more
here's the
sense for
thing.
us to get out of here, then you take the antidote later on when we can
I mean-
make an antidote to the cyanide.
Fine. If you wanna throw common sense into the mix.
cyanide won't kill you right away, but it'll definitely make your escape harder.
Okay. I'll pocket the cyanide and
All right, so you're going to try to attack the driver?
yeah.
How are you going to do that?
Well, I did say kick, but my kick is actually really shit. So
You can do whatever you want.
yeah, this guy's probably a fucking asshole, anyways. It's fine.
Yeah, he's like leading us through.
I'll
his
use. Oh, it seems like Adam's internet maybe kicked out.
All right. Let's
Will that cause a problem with the recording?
No, because I started the call, so it shouldn't be
Okay.
an issue. No, yeah, it looks like
I'll use my Jan sword to like cut at this guy using a mundane attack.
All right, can you make an attack roll?
Or actually, should I do a regular Blade of the Dancing Fox? Just get the fuck out of here! Yeah, I'll do a Blade of the Dancing Fox. Fuck it.
All right.
No
So,
mercy.
so I'm going to have you make a Blade of the Dancing Fox roll followed by an athletics roll to sort of do this maneuver that you're trying to do.
Yeah. That's fine. Let me just bring up Blade of the Dancing Fox. So it's speed against parry. Oops. And that is 3d10. I got a 7 at the highest.
All right, so that's going to hit him. Can you roll for damage?
Yeah.
And are you using lethal attacks here?
Yeah, I'll be lethal.
Okay.
So I make 3 attacks at 60-10 each.
Let's go murder hobos.
I got a 5 at the highest on the first one. Not particularly good.
That's enough.
Wow. I got 3 10s on that roll, and I've not even finished rolling the final die. Yeah. So, the 10s count if they're all rolled on the same thing, like the extra wounds.
Yeah. And
I got 3 10s on that.
so you really kill him if you want to.
I will really kill him. Let me just check out the last one. 9 at the highest on the last one.
All right. So can you make an athletics roll to?
Yep,
leap into
athletics, no problem. Athletics is 3d10. I got a 6 at the highest.
All right. So can you make another? Actually, can you make a? Do you have ride?
I don't have ride, no.
Okay, this is where it gets. So make a ride
Can
roll.
I attempt to do a command check on the horses? Like kind of intimidating them just after I've killed like the guy. They've probably got, horse
Okay.
blinders on, whatever.
All right,
But-
I'll allow it.
Okay. I've only got 1d10 to it anyway, so praise for did he die? Oh, I got 3.
All right, so you get you stab the guy and you leap into the seat, and you like slap the reins, and nothing happens. It just stays there, and everybody is just sort of looking at you, and
Maybe if I spent 10 experience points at this moment to put one into ride, I'd have still rolled a 3. But
Scholar Han looks at you and starts laughing, and he says, and he looks over at the constable and he says, "Heroic Bai, he's killed one of your men. How are you going to respond to this?" And Heroic Bai, you assume, steps forward with his constables and he points his Jian at you, and he says, he says, you prepare to meet the edge of my blade, you scum, and he leaps forward to attack you.
you gotta get way better at insulting, man. You can with my penis or my anus. You can say that I've got a boorish head that's full of nothing but air. But you say scum, you're dumb.
He says,
That
I was
wasn't
too
super
busy
driver.
training my combat abilities to worry about stupid insults. And he... can you make a speed roll?
Yeah, sure. Is this initiative?
This is initiative.
Cool. I got 2 10s, so yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's see
Sword stance, if I can do it whilst in the carriage.
what...
If I'm in sword stance, it's 13. Otherwise, it's just 10.
all right. Steven, do you want to roll for that?
Alright.
Does Adam's
I
character
got
sheet
a
look right?
2.
I don't... Let me see. I think Adam sent me his... Let me see if I have his character.
If he's got right, perhaps we could put him at the front. Carriage.
If not, I can send you a generic beggar.
Generic beggar, number 1.
In fact, that might have to...
I think if we start calling him Matt, he'll feel far too expendable. Elliot, you're going to get hit with this heart-stopping palm. Oh, is there any way we can get expendable beggar number 1 in my...
Well, I should say generic beggar is actually pretty good. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you guys stats for a nature-loving monk, and you can... one of you guys can manage him during combat. I just sent it in the thing.
Kenny, we'll let you do something.
I
Alright.
don't think he's got ride.
Does not.
Does not.
He's useless. Just get rid of it.
Got pretty good
Extra weight.
survival.
All right.
Pretty good attack rolls. Like 5d10 attack on its wood staff.
Nice.
What did you get, Steven, on your speed roll?
2.
2? All right. And Kenny, can you roll for the beggar? For pitiful
9.
ping? A 9?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so... All right, so right now it's just Constable Bai and his men sort of walking up to you. And so, Elliot, you got to go first.
I'm tempted to try and rally these horses, to get them moving and stuff. But I'm also tempted to try and start engaging in combat. But I feel like if I start engaging in combat, that's going to tie us into this whole thing, and that could be the end of these characters. So, do I gamble it all on rolling a single d10 to see if I can spur these horses into action?
You're suddenly inspired by the gods on horse riding. You can spend 10 XP to put 1 point on riding.
It'd still be 1d10. I mean, I'm doing it with the idea at the moment, but I can still use my command, although I can understand.
I'll allow you to continue using the command roll.
In which case, I'm gonna risk it all on that d10 to see if I can spur these horses into action quickly and get them to get us the fuck out of here. Okay. Oh, I got a 10!
You got a 10. Okay.
I got a 10!
All right, let me...
Start with Brendan there, but...
Started myself.
Yeah, I was quite surprised by that. All right, I'm just looking up the speed on horses because I kind of want to do this proper.
Beautiful.
Why it's taken so long for me to find stuff in my own book?
As we go careening off into the distance, I'll call out behind. Thanks for coming so close! Your disgusting breath scared the horses into action.
All right.
How about your insult?
All right, so a horse. So this is a good horse. All right, All right. Okay, so I'm going to have the horse make its speed roll, and that's going to be very important here. So can you roll 6d10 for the horse?
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Okay.
Now, keep in mind, there's a lot of other people trying to catch up to you, and they're all going to
Yeah,
get...
I know. Okay. Just re-rolling the lowest dice, but I've gotten a 9 so far at the highest. And that turned to a 2 again. So yeah, 9 at the highest.
All right, so you got a 9 at the highest. Okay, so you... And what are you trying to command the horse to do? Just turn around and drive?
Turn around and bolt.
All right, so you know, the horse, you know, rears up and drags the cart and you along with it and starts bolting through the hills. You are on a road, so you're on smooth ground. And now we're gonna go through and get...
Can Dalfang chuck off this smoke bomb?
That would be my initiative turn.
Did you want to try to chuck it as your...
Yeah, to like obscure vision for archers.
Yeah, why don't you... So where are you trying to put the smoke bomb?
Just like behind us as we're riding off.
All right, can you make a roll for it?
What would that roll be?
Probably an arm strike roll.
Was it like a poison roll for application? Or...
Well, is this a smoke bomb that you have?
It's a talent alchemy thing, isn't
Smoke
it?
powder. Yeah, I've got smoke powder on me.
All right, so it's something where you're throwing it on the ground and it's exploding, right?
Yeah.
So either arm strike or light melee or small range would be fine in this situation.
Okay. I'll take like melee then. And I got an 8.
All right, so you throw the smoke bomb and it hits the road and explodes, and there's a plume of smoke. And let's see, some of the Yao try to chase up to you, but they're pretty slow. Let's see if Constable Bai and his men catch up to you. All right, Constable Bai is pretty fast. All right. And all right, Roaming Corpse is going to leap after you. You guys have a proper chase through the mountains here, or through the
boy.
hills. And all right, I'm just going to roll for all of the guys who have 2d10 here. I'm going to roll for them. But you can see everyone starts chasing you. They all start just, moving through the hills at great speed. Now, the only people who really seem to get any kind of enough speed to sort of gain on you are the Yao and Constable Bai and his men. But they're still substantially behind you. Can you make another speed roll?
For the horse, yeah?
Yep.
I'll also, sheathe my Jian sword and, bring out the Yao rattling saber.
Okay, and just so you know, I'm not moving. This is the scale that we're operating at right now is sort of more at the hourly scale.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just saying if the Yao suddenly snuck up and started launching an attack, I would be prepared with my Yao rattling saber rather than starting the action with my Jian sword.
Okay.
By the way, rolling for the horse. Okay. Oh, I've got 7 at the highest. Re-rolling this one. 9. Yes. So 9 again.
Oh, you got 9 again? All right. So let's see here. All right. All right. So you ride for another hour, and you don't see anybody behind you anymore. But that doesn't mean that they're still not chasing you.
Sure.
Do you want to keep pressing?
Yeah. I think we'll keep pressing another one and then abandon the wagon and start heading towards Dowager.
Okay. All right. Can you give me another roll?
Yeah. Another speed roll. Okay, 9 at the highest so far. We'll be rolling one of these ones. Yeah, 9 again.
All right. Okay, so you press on for another hour. The horse is exhausted, and you stop the wagon, and then you just want to head to Daoshu on foot.
Yeah,
All right. Can I get a survival roll?
sure thing. I guess I'll be at one stage of drunkenness by this point, so 2d10. I got an 8.
All right. So you make it to Daoshu, by well, let me see. Let me look at the map again. Yeah, you make it to Daoshu by the evening.
By this point, I'm 12.
Oh, you haven't taken the thing. Oh, that's right. Hold on. How old were you before? You were 13.
13, yeah.
You're 9 now.
Oh my god. Go, move!
Can you even lift the sword anymore?
Barely. I
Probably
don't
not.
think so. I try to remember how strong I was when I was that age. I don't.
Not exceptionally.
No.
And I've still got cheese, so.
That's true. That's true. What do you guys want to do when you get to Daoshu?
I want Dalfung to hurry up and try and see if he can make an antidote to the cyanide before I pop that.
Okay, so I guess I'll.
Or would you? You could try and, meet up with him and get him to make an antidote.
Okay, I'll hop along to my dad's apothecary shop and tell Boris Drunken Sword to get Luigi to meet me there.
All right. So you go there, and I mean you knew that what your mother was planning. So you get there when Wuji is there mourning with her.
A toddler comes walking in through. A young child comes walking in, drinking excessively.
Saffron Tigers looks at you strangely,
Hey, what's up, Auntie?
and she looks at you, Daofeng. Is he okay?
We've got the antidote, but we need to make another antidote before you give it to him.
She says, "Very well. We're going to bury the body tomorrow. Why don't you take care of him, and then we need to start planning."
Of course.
Can I try and do a diagnose on Drunken Sword?
Sure.
Oh yeah, by the way, Kenny, you would probably have noticed I've only got one leg.
Oh yeah, that's the.
Oh yeah, we glossed over that.
Oh, have you been
Oh, yeah.
have you been rolling your thing to see about the?
I've done it once. How many days has the
It's
session
been
been
like
over?
3 days now, hasn't it?
Okay. No. No.
Alright. So yeah, he's walking on a crutch with one leg missing.
And I'm 9.
I just run and grab Dalfang and go, Dalfang, what happened?
Took an axe to the knee.
I think Wuji is just going to be very solemn at this point. And, well, since the Heartless Axe King or whatever his name was?
Heartbreaking King.
Heartbreaking King. Well, since he is dead and only roaming corpses left alive, I have to take his life and as revenge for your leg.
Yeah, they're probably coming for us. We ditched an ambush.
Do you think they'll catch up by tomorrow?
She says,
I trust they have the honor to not do anything tomorrow.
I'll nod and say, let me check your wound and I'll... Oh, is it more pressing to attend to
Probably.
Drunken Sword?
Oh.
I'm not sure. I guess I'll have a Drunken Sword first and see if I can identify the poison or whatever.
Oh.
A better job.
Yeah, well, we've got the antidote to that poison, but
What's your poison talent skill?
3d10 unless it's like composition or perform.
All right, you did really well. So let me see what you know.
Hopefully a lot.
All right, so you've heard about this. This is the reverse aging poison, and it is associated with this roaming corpse guy who you sort of started putting things together, and definitely cyanide is the antidote.
And would I know that the cyanide actually takes effect, or if the poison's counteract and...
No, the cyanide takes full effect.
Okay.
In fact,
So,
you want it to. You want the cyanide to take full effect.
Okay.
And
So
then-
I'll grab stuff from the shop then and start like preparing the antidote for cyanide.
Okay. So basically, you want to let him at least experience the cyanide for like an hour. And
I'll
then,
pop the cyanide then.
All right. I'll just say to Drunken Sword and say you might want to take a nice stiff drink before we start.
I do.
all right. Now the good news is cyanide takes hours to kill people. So as long as he doesn't like die in the first hour.
As long as he doesn't like excessively thin his blood or anything, it should be fine.
So you take the cyanide?
Yeah.
All right. So you get incredibly nauseous and you have difficulty breathing and you do not feel well, and all of your skills are operating at a minus 1d10 penalty until you take the antidote. But Kenny, you can give him the antidote within
Yeah, I'll give him the antidote.
He
after
holds
an
it
hour.
over my head. Who's going to be good and not get poisoned anymore?
That's a side thing. Like, can I invent a medicine that will make like alcohol taste like shit?
You probably could.
Okay, just
Or-
just wondering. Not that I'm planning on doing anything of that sort, but
Or a shrunken sword could read your thoughts. He would flip the fuck out. You're opening Pandora's box, Wuji.
So, did you guys want to do anything for the rest of the night?
I'm gonna see if I tend to Dolphin's wound, I guess.
All right. There's not a whole lot you can do for it, but what's your medicine roll?
2d10.
All right. So I mean, it's clearly hacked off.
I just mean like stopping any bleeding and infection and all of that goodness.
You can put a bomb on it, and that should reduce any chances of him getting like blood fire or anything like that.
Basically, that's what I do.
All right. Anybody else doing anything?
Yeah, I'll dress in white and, do I return to my original age or do I remain
Oh
young?
yeah. So as the evening progresses, you do slowly start returning to your age, but it's gonna happen in the same way that it happened before.
Yeah.
So
I'll wear some loose like white clothing to allow myself to expand a bit and stuff.
all right. So
And I'll go out and I'll be being extra compassionate towards people and stuff.
Okay.
They probably don't recognize me as Boris Drunken Sword.
you're gonna go out in the village.
Yeah.
All right, so you go out into the village. Now you gain 4 years, but you see that there are a group of men sort of just looming over the village, off in the tea fields, and they just seem to be like they're definitely, they see you and they know you see them, and they're just standing there, and it looks like those might be the Yao from that you encountered earlier.
I'll start berating into the wind towards them, saying, why do you insist on being so overbearing?
And,
We know you're here. You don't need to frighten all of the poor, weak townsfolk.
And one of them just sort of puts his hand in the air like this, and makes the universal I'm going to kill you sign.
I put my hand in the air like this, and then make a tossing gesture to him.
You can see the Yao are talking to each other, but you don't know what they say in response to that.
I'll make up my own conversation for them, like mumbling to myself a bit drunkenly. Rah, 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 I'm a big yow and I'm so strong and powerful. Rah, rah, no, I'm more strong and powerful. Rah, rah.
Can I start like trying to prepare some? I don't know, some poison smoke of some sort. I want something that can sort of maybe along the lines of like really spicy chili powder type thing, where it will, like, it wouldn't necessarily kill people, but it would really get in the way of their combat abilities.
Well, so you want to make something that'll just be an irritant?
Yeah, because I'm assuming we're gonna be fighting a load of people, and I'd want to be able to chuck something at them to reduce the
combat
efficiency, their combat capabilities. Yeah.
And so, what sort of delivery system are you looking for with this one?
Or if the smoke bombs, if I replace the smoke and stuff powder inside with something else.
Okay. So you want to go through your father's shop basically and try to come up with something that's just gonna explode, and anybody that's in the plume will have like an irritation on their skin and eyes and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Tear gas is what I'm trying to make.
Okay. Yeah. Can you make a talent poison roll?
Can I do that with composition?
Yes, that's what this would be.
I got mine's at the highest.
All right, so you make several batches of it that evening. You're a capable apothecary, and you're in a fully stocked apothecary shop, so I think it's pretty fair.
And also like dosing out several needles as well, and with various poisons, I think.
Okay, which kinds of poisons?
Well, shit. I have a lot of poison. What's Zenbird venom?
Genbird venom is the venom of a genbird, and
I think you extracted that from some wine that I got from my brother.
No, that was the Nakani nectar. That's what I extracted.
it kills in hours, but it causes like massive tremors in the body almost instantly.
Sweet. Well, I've got 13 doses of that. So how many needles could I prepare?
I mean, you could do 13 needles with Jedver venom if you want.
All right. I don't have finger flicker. Maybe I will actually just spend the evening trying to practice finger flicking.
Is that a technique you're learning?
Yeah, I think I spent the EXP for that already, and it was just something I've been working on ever since I got Nagong from the 4-point touch thing. So I already have the technique. I just need to get needles now and cook them. I'll do like I'll do 2 needles of like stone spider venom. Can that be applied to needles?
Yeah, that can be applied to needles.
And I'll do like 10 needles of Zenbird venom.
Okay.
What about silk thread venom? Can that be applied to needles?
That has to be consumed. That's when you have to
Okay.
convince somebody to drink.
Okay.
Often with many difficulties revolve just around that one, kind of method of execution. People are very suspicious about what they drink and don't often just take drinks from random strangers.
Especially right before you're going to fight them. That's
Yeah.
very big
Ooh,
challenge.
so fire poison isn't lethal, is it? It's just annoying? Is that
It
basically...
burns. Deals
Okay.
damage.
Okay, does damage. Yeah, I think that's basically all I have. And I also have the 5 Jade Valley Thorns, which have a mysterious effect of some sort.
So, all right.
I am armed to the teeth with poisonous things.
Steven, can you make another roll that evening for your thing?
Oh, I got an 8.
All right.
No.
All right, so in the morning, your mother is like making all kinds of noise and gets everybody up early, and there are some villagers outside, and she begins performing or continues to perform the spirit keeping ritual, and Niping performs the music, and the villagers help carry the body beyond the outskirts of the village, and there's already a spot prepared for him to be buried. And so she lays they lower the coffin in and they put a tablet over the earth, and she continues to perform the final portions of the spirit keeping ritual. And what's everybody's detect roll?
2d10.
3.
2d10.
All right. All right. So you guys can all see what Elliot saw yesterday, which is there in the tea fields overlooking the village. You see 4 Yao. You also see other men scattered out around the village, and they just kind of seem to be standing and staring. But they do appear to be honoring the funeral.
Cool.
And you also see that Scholar Han is approaching the gathering by the grave, and he's got some men with him, but he doesn't seem hostile. He seems like he has enough men with him to protect himself.
What's the range on finger flick?
The range is it's not that far, but it's not. Let me see.
It was a pretty good technique, if I remembered right. Punching holes in people's heads with stones.
So I mean, it's like 30 feet or something.
Pretty far.
Yeah, he's got Constable Bai and his men with him.
Do we let them come close?
It's up to you guys.
I looked at Saffron Tigress and said, do we let them come close?
She nods.
Or do we...
So the
just-
situation is there's sort of like they're clearly honoring the fact that there's a funeral going on, and they'll honor that, you're sure, but if that sort of pact is broken by violence, they'll probably quickly no longer
I make
abide.
snide comments about them as they walk past.
And so
Oh, look at the face of that one. Disgusting. I must have seen it around somewhere before. Oh, I know. It was at the bottom of a hole of an outhouse. Yeah. He likes hiding them because he's got such an ugly face. I'll say about Scholar Han.
Scholar Han bows, and he
Yes, your observations are astute.
well, no, he just is being polite. And he
I
says-
hide in toilets.
He says, "My condolences to the Chins." He says, obviously our enmities are still very strong, but I'm going to give you guys a day following the funeral of peace, and then we shall resume.
Who are you to be so presumptuous? I'll give you a day, blah, blah, blah. I thought this was just rituals, traditions, Stop acting as if it's some generous thing on your behalf just because you're acting like a somewhat half-decent human.
He
I don't even know if you're still a human, to be honest. I'll say.
he says, "I'm not the one who goes around killing women." And
That woman fucking deserved it. And besides, she's walking around right now. She's still alive thanks to your glorious emperor or whatever. As a Yao.
And
Constable.
I'll just say, your so-called woman poisoned Drunken Sword to try and get my mother's location.
he says, "I've had enough of your lies, Wuji. I'm just trying to be friendly." He says,
And I'll just say, you're not welcome here.
he sort of lowers his head a little bit, and he says, "Well, I'm saddened to see the course that your family has taken," and he leaves, and Constable Bai looks at you, Boris Drunken Sword, and he says, "You're the son of a worm," and he just kind of smiles.
Joke's on you! I don't know where my father was.
Apparently he was a worm.
And he looks a little bit satisfied with himself and walks away.
I'll make rude gestures at him. I go, did that take you all these few days to think of? Son of a worm? Well, you're the son of a bloodshot baggy mole. You're blind as a bat. You couldn't even catch us when we were stuck in a carriage. You dumbass piece of shit.
He says, "Shows what you know, worm. It only took me a few hours to come up with that line." And he,
Look at what I'm coming up with straight away, you know?
he says, "That's because you're a deceitful person. I'm honest and pure. It takes me a long time to come up with
I've
insults."
got way more improvisational talent than you. You talentless, feckless sack of shit.
He sort of looks frustrated, like he's thinking of something to say, but nothing's coming to the surface. And
I go, idiot says what?
he shakes his head, and he says, "You watch your mouth, worm." And he sort of goes back to Scholar Hall.
Idiots don't know how to answer questions.
And they leave you in peace, though they're still, the men sort of looming in the background there. And the funeral, eventually ends, and your mother kneels by the grave for a while. And just out of curiosity, what do you guys want the tablet to say? You would have had some input on this matter.
The great drugs are.
Interesting.
I mean, if we're giving each personalized lines, which I don't think is a good idea, Boris Drunken Swords would be, he always had the best booze.
I think that Saffron Tigress is going to take editorial control over the the final. But his name is Chin Fei. Your father's personal name is Fei.
Chin Fei stood up for what he believed in.
I don't know, like, was he like a rebel? I guess that. Like,
Yeah, he constantly helped to fucking ferry out heroes from underneath the Glorious Emperor's nose, and, shelter them and harbour them and give them out. That's rebelling against the system and stuff.
great hero Chin Fei murdered by a bloody tyrant.
Okay.
Buried here by his unfilial sons. Copying Yanguo's passage on this.
Well, we could do great hero Chin Fei. Your mother objects to calling yourselves unfilial in the tablet.
I like let loose a tear and snip it back and go, thank you. When she says.
So you have great hero Chin Fei died at the hands of a tyrant. Was that it?
Yeah.
Saved many righteous heroes.
Sure.
So that's what the tablet reads, and
Had shit gone through that.
we're being a little generous with the word hero here, but your mother stands up after a while and she says, Wuji, what is our plan now? Wuji, you're the oldest son, right?
No, I'm the young
Oh,
one.
yeah.
No, he's the young one.
Okay, well, you've just been acting more like the eldest son, I guess. So she's
Yeah. Because I was
He
the
was
one
the more
who
responsible one. Like, he joined the 87 Killers to protect his older brother.
okay.
I wasn't the one who wanted to join the fucking mafia,
Okay.
basically.
Right. Okay.
But how else was Dalpun going to get to wear the super cool hats?
um,
How else would he get respect amongst the little village of Dalja?
She says we have a day to find safety.
well, at some point in the future, I probably want revenge, but that's in the distance. We're not strong enough, and we don't have enough manpower, as it were, anyway.
I was supposed to give his sword back after a month or whatever. I need to use it to kill some Yao.
At the very least, I think we should kill Silver Chrysanthemum just because she's a bitch and keeps showing up. We probably. Do you think they probably won't be honourable and come in single combat?
In fact, did you guys tell them about the ambush that they laid for you?
Yeah, we probably would have. I mentioned, I've got
Yeah, I said we were
techniques.
ambushed before we got here.
I've got techniques that let me attack people around me. If I went against the Yao, then I could put this sword to good use. They're keeping spread out, so I can't get all of them with my technique. But I can focus on the Yao. If you guys distract the other things, then, we can do this if it's organized. I mean, Dalja as well. We could set up a big fight here. You could plant traps in the tea fields and, set it on fire or something,
Bridgie, don't you have Shambird venom? We could use that to weaken the humans.
Yeah. I can. The lady.
Hey, why don't I give him some wine with poison in it and see if any of them fall for it?
I don't think that's going to work on anyone who's not you, boss.
I mean,
They might have a drunken fighter.
they might think that since I'm so dumb and have been poisoned so many times, how would I think of poisoning them?
I'm looking at the map of Dalshu now. I don't think there's anywhere sort of no high ground, so to speak. that we can...
No, but like.
So you have, I mean, obviously. Oh, what was that?
I was just going to say, if you know the area enough in the tea fields, you could like set up some, poisonous traps or stuff there.
Yeah, the tea.
What sort of skill would it be to set up like
survival
poisonous traps?
Survival. Yeah.
Wilderness, if we do it in the tea fields.
Yeah, you could do that.
Oh.
But it's a lot harder when they're sort of staring at you as you're. Do you know what I mean? Like because they're kind of like hanging.
Yeah, so I'll just distract them by being like really rude and shit.
Well, I'm just thinking because I've got 10 stealth and they're giving us a day reprieve, so we'll have the night time, right? Is that what they're saying? That they'll attack the next day, sort of thing?
Yeah.
And
you
if
could
they're
also
attacking,
you could go to another location too. That would be another possibility.
And I was suggesting this location because they'd have familiarity with it. But if there's another better location, I'm not opposed to that.
I don't really.
Battle of the tea field. Pardon me.
I mean, we could also just try fighting on the road. Do they have archers?
They actually didn't seem to have archers. They had guys with rope darts, and the constables did have bows, but the soldiers that you saw all look like swordsmen.
I mean, I can probably deal with archers. I think I probably
with the Yao, like this Yao rattling saber will deal at least an extra 3 wounds on each.
I'm going to turn to Saffron Tigress and ask, Mother, I don't suppose you and Father use tunnels of any sort to smuggle people out?
She says, yes, we have a that compartment leads outside of the village.
Then I vote we sneak out with the tunnels.
She says that might give us some distance from them.
I look at my Yao rattling saber and I go, my sword demands Yao blood.
Where should we head after that?
Well, have I mentioned the safe house to them before?
I don't think so.
But in that case, did they know why they were going towards Wuzhen?
No.
They got a message.
How did I find that?
I that detail hadn't been sorted out because that was what you were handling when you were absent that session. But presumably, you asked Iron God Mung or one of your other contacts for, a place to hide, and that's where they told you to go.
And I don't feel like hiding is going to solve anything. So if we make a run for it, but we don't want, and I guess Saffron Tigress doesn't want to leave the Empire yet, or at all.
I feel like we should try and stage a fight here, and then if shit goes really badly, we can retreat in, barricade the house, and then try and escape through the tunnels.
Haven't we still got to deal with your chi imbalance?
Yeah, but my character hasn't mentioned it really, and
Yeah, I'm just thinking because there's a good chance that this fight could turn the village into a bloodbath.
Yeah, it's
Might be an idea to.
Fuck this place. What's it done for you? It just limited your horizons.
I'm not sure.
We should burn it to the ground and emerge from the ashes like phoenixes.
Yeah, we can fake our deaths. We'll just burn the whole village down and fake our deaths.
Tell you what, why don't we, in one night, construct a gigantic red inn, right? And fill all the walls with gunpowder. And then we can invite them in to have a nice, lovely meal and a stay. And then we detonate the thing with them all in there.
That's so crazy, it just might work.
It just might work. The only hitch in the fan is the construction in one night. Maybe if we recruited an immortal level cultivator, he could just whip it out for us overnight.
I mean, that plan's not without merit, technically. We could, set bombs in the apothecary, and just hide in the building, and then when they try to search, or when we don't come out the next day, they'll obviously go search the building, and we can blow it up.
Do we have gunpowder?
We can make it.
Could we?
I can make it.
Can you make it?
Yeah, I can make divine fire.
Adam!
I'm back.
Yeah, Adam.
You guys survived.
Oh, wow. It's over?
Well, you guys are back in Daoju, and the funeral was just held. They ran away on the carriage. They managed to escape.
Okay, the carriage trick worked. Yeah, you guys were just setting that up. I could hear you guys, but even before it went out there, I was getting huge distortion. You all sounded like incomprehensible robots on and off. So I was in the session, but I'm like, I think I know what people are saying. So everything sounds fine now, though.
No,
because we're in Daoshi and we're besieged.
Oh, I mean everything sounds fine now, as in your voices sound
Oh,
fine.
okay.
I wasn't referring to the situation.
So also, I guess I should point out, if it's relevant, you guys do have allies. So you have the Safe House, you have the Blue Cloud Manor in Hiyun, and you have Iron God Mung. And you guys have probably kind of figured out at this point that Lady 87 is not a very reliable ally. And I guess technically Long Mahal you have a connection to, so you know that you might file them under something too. But
But I don't know. I don't know if Mr. Gao is willing to shelter enemies of the Empire to that extent.
I feel
that's
like we should give it a glorious fight, possibly fucking up Daoja in the process, and then retreat back to the apothecary shop if the fight's not going too well. Have explosives planted in that, retreat through the tunnels, and set them to detonate. Set them on relatively short fuses. Now that's how I feel like we should tackle it.
Well, how are we gonna make the gunpowder?
We're in an apothecary shop.
yeah, you guys do have access to supplies that I think would, because I think this has come up before.
Yeah, I was doing a whole thing with it because I wanted
and also in the time travel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also pretty sure, didn't you have an aging thing in the time travel session as well? Like reverse
May have
aging?
done. It was a while ago.
Because I'm pretty sure you got imbalanced and then started reverse aging.
Maybe. Sniffle Chang. Good memories.
Sniffle Chang. how far we are from Sniffle Chang right now.
My character that just went around making people piss themselves. Good times.
And now you're a character who probably pisses himself a lot.
Probably.
So we can sneak away and try to find the safe house and hide, but hiding's not gonna get them off our backs unless we want to go back and assassinate them afterwards. I
honestly.
Oh, but we haven't. We have. I'll think of what's his face's Pitiful Ping's master.
Yeah, that's true. He's was Gal the guy that set us up with Long Mahal?
Yeah. Mr. Gao is currently the owner of the.
Okay.
Of the so-called Sun Mai, I think was what he was claiming to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You brought that to him, right?
Yeah.
We did. So he's got my master.
We could try escaping for now and then try to get some allies to make it more of an even fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The safe house.
I feel like this at the moment isn't the full mobilization of the Empire.
No.
And I feel like
No, definitely.
I hope not.
I think it's worth maybe doing a bit of combat at the moment with the hopes of possibly thinning out some Yao, hopefully killing Silver Chrysanthemum before we make a tactical retreat. I think we should agree upon a retreat before we even start the combat. But going into hiding does seem to me to be a good idea just to, have the surveillance drop a little bit before we can start recruiting more allies.
Okay, so I'll make some gunpowder so we can blow up the shop after we make our escape after a little bit of combat to thin the numbers. We'll run if it starts to go south.
Should we make an agreement on a round that we try and escape on, the fourth round?
Yeah, okay. I'll stick to ranged attacks from the shop.
Yeah,
because I can only move 10 feet around.
I'll try and go out
Go
and
like
engage the Yao in combat. That'll be my primary focus. Get them within 40 feet and then just do a load of sword whipping strikes.
All right.
Cool. Rain of arrows.
And what are you going to use as the to ignite the gunpowder?
What I was thinking was, because we've got this tunnel that goes right underneath the apothecary shop,
Mhm.
If we line the apothecary shop with gunpowder and with some sticks to detonate, then if we have like a long fuse that just goes down into like the tunnel,
Mhm.
right, to like the entrance of it, so then as we like leave it, as we're about to like go running down, we just ignite that and just start
guess,
taking
yeah.
it.
And can I sort of like put packages of cyanide from the apothecary around the house as well? Just it'll be like a little dust cloud of cyanide in the area.
Plume.
Cyanide's most effective when inhaled.
Yeah, we'll put a bunch of cyanide and plume around the place, so that explodes out.
All right.
They'll both be.
Let me get my map of
Villagers come to look at the thing. they go to the house and they're like, "We'll block it off for you. We'll make sure they don't get near."
Get the whole village addicted to plume, and then when we come back, we've got like the plume market cornered.
All right. So how? So you guys have gunpowder. The place is filled with gunpowder. That's the.
That's the plan. I need to make some, but
All right. Can you make some rolls for that?
okay.
And I will.
Got a 9. Another 9. Should I keep going?
Oh, I'm sorry. You that's fine. You made your gunpowder.
Okay, cool.
All right. You killed one of the constables, right?
I killed the one driving the carriage.
All right. Well, he was in that 13 number.
Okay. So yeah, our plan of attack is for me to try and engage some of the Yao and stuff with my Yao wrestling saber, or the Yao wrestling sword, and then on the 4th round we want to retreat.
Yeah, I'll just like storm of arrows all of them or something.
Okay.
I'll also spend some time meditating to get rid of my balance.
Can you roll a d10 too for your
Mm-hmm. I got a 5. You stop using that die for it.
All right. So you're still limping.
Try to roll to see if your leg grows back.
Not exactly. It's more of like if I get use of like
Floor.
adaptation of the maimed. Like it's kind of if I
I
figure
know,
out.
you just keep on failing it.
Yeah.
All right. So any special things you guys want to do as dawn approaches to get ready for this?
I'll drink. I'll get one stage of drunkenness.
Okay.
I'm like standing outside of the like apothecary shop, leaning against the wall or whatever, drinking whilst watching the sun like start to creep up and the Yao and all that and stuff.
All right. You can sense all of their men getting into position throughout the village, and it looks like they're kind of trying to sort of encroach slowly on Chin Apothecary from every compass point.
I kind of like make some gestures, and I go, be fair, give us some space, Hey, keep the Yao away. They scare me. They're nasty things.
So, Constable Bai sort of walks up with his men, and he says, "Boris Drunken Sword, you sprang from a woman lacking virtue." He says, "We have come to enact justice."
You keep on trying to get your insults better, don't you? But like just the parent things, maybe that pisses off a lot of other people, but not for me. You don't even know where it come from. I'm like alien to all this. You're like, oh, I can his lineage and all that kind of stuff. Why am I talking with you, you dullard? You're so boring. Go on. Oh, look at you. You're so weak. Why don't you send out the people who can really do some damage? Go on, bring on the Yao. I'm so scared of them.
So Constable Bai puts up his hand, and he says, "I want to take this man on my own." He says, "Step forward, Boris Drunken Sword. I've had it with your insults."
I kind of like stagger a little bit forwards, but I'm like, leave me alone. You're fat enough to count as 2 people. You're gonna cut yourself down the middle just to make it fair. Oh, you're a righteous person, aren't you?
He says, prepare to meet my 9 intercepting swords.
I withdraw my Jan sword and enter into my sword stance.
All right, make a speed roll.
Sure thing. Is this initiative?
This is initiative for you and him, and anybody can jump in if they want to, though, you know, it would be violating the...
Oh, I got a 10 again. So
All right, let me
I'm on
see what he
13
has.
with my sword stance.
All right, so he did not get a 10. All right, so what do you want to do?
I'll do a normal Blade of the Dancing Fox on him.
All right, make an attack roll.
Yeah, speed against parry, I believe it is. Oops. I got an 8 on the attack.
All right, so that is going to hit.
Counters.
All right, he doesn't counter, but he does seem to be paying attention to what you're doing. Can you make a speed roll?
Sure, speed roll. Don't want to do my damage or anything first?
I want to do that, but this is for something that he's doing.
Sure, no problem. I got an 8 again.
All right, so all right, okay. So now, why don't you roll for damage on the
Okay,
strike?
so first attack. 9 at the highest. I actually rolled 3 ones. Second attack. 2 nat 10s thus far. And 6. No, 5. So that's 2 nat 10s on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And third and final attack. Okay. Another nat 10. So 9, 10, 10, 10.
All right. So, all right, that's a lot.
So assuming that all of those get past his hardiness, that should be 6 wounds.
Be 7.
7.
Come up.
All right, so you stab him pretty badly, and he says, he doesn't say anything. He just sort of responds with his own attack, and
Okay.
let's see what that is. All right. He says, "Oh, Blade of the Dancing Fox, that's an old trick," and he Blade of the Dancing Fox is you.
Okay.
What's your parry?
My parry is 7.
All right, he got an 8 on his attack roll.
Cool. He's not a higher chi rank than me, is he?
He is.
He is. Okay, I'll do a cathartic dip of the drunken snake on him. Because I've got to try and do that to do this. So that's athletics against attack roll. So I need to beat an 8 with 3d10. Oh, I got an... So I think that should succeed. Is that right?
What'd you get?
I got an 8 on
Yeah, that does succeed.
athletics against attack. Yeah.
So you dip back,
So-
and then you're gonna. That's the attack where you lean back and strike, right?
Yeah. Now here's the thing. It's at a mundane strike, but at a plus 1d10 damage bonus per rank of Waija.
Mm-hmm.
And when used cathartically, your damage roll is open. So mundane strike is muscle plus, I think it's 1d10 with Jian sword.
It's just like your attack roll, your normal sword attack roll, right? Which is...
No, this is for damage.
No, you haven't made your attack yet. You need to make a mundane attack first.
Oh, okay. I thought.
It doesn't say it's auto. It's not like an auto
to
to damage thing, is it? It's,
In which case, no
you
problem.
make a mundane
I roll
attack,
5d10 on the attack then.
which may give you 10.
I got a 9 at the highest.
All right. So now you roll for your.
Okay, so
open
damage will be
damage.
muscle plus 1d10 plus 1d10 per rank of Waija, which is 6. So 6d10 open damage. 1, 4, 5, 8, 8, 8. So 1, 4, 5, 8, 8, 8.
All right. So none of those attacks harm him.
Oh.
He's just very hardy. And he says, He says, "It looks like the snake has no bite," and he. Oh, it's your turn though. That was a counter. So.
Yeah. That was pretty good. And then I go in for another blade of a dancing fox again. So, speed against parry. I got an 8 again.
All right. He's going to try something on you.
Okay.
All right. So what technique are you using again?
Blade of a dancing fox.
Blade of the dancing fox. All right. So he seems to find like the perfect response to this. Whether it succeeds remains to be seen. Oh, wrong guy. He does not succeed. Though you can tell he had a very, like, this defense of his would have slipped the sword in and would have stabbed you very badly.
Well, that's not nice. Either way, 60, 10, 3 attacks. See what I can do. 8 on the first one. 7 on the second one. And 8 on the third one. So 8, 7, 8.
You do not do any damage to him. And he says, "Ha! I feel like I'm being gnawed on by a worm." And he attacks you with the same attack. And he got a 9.
Okay, that does beat my parry.
So he leaps forward and slices at you with Blade of the Dancing Fox. And do you want to counter, or are you going to not do anything?
I guess I'll counter with another cathartic dip for Drunken Snake, because I did it cathartically. So, 3d10 athletics against the attack roll. And it was a 9, did you say?
Yep.
I got an 8, so unfortunately I fail.
Alright, so now he gets to make his 3...
Because I failed at that, I get a imbalance +2, don't I?
Yes. Alright, so he got a 10.
Ooh,
He got another 10.
damn.
And he got a 9.
My hardness is 9 at the moment with 1 degree of drunkenness, so I guess all of those succeed.
So you take a 5 wounds.
Yeah, so that drops me down to 4 wounds total.
And it's your turn.
Okay. So I'm running low on imbalance again.
You can always retreat if you want to. You don't have to continue. You could run into the house.
Yeah, but then I only get away with slightly damaging one person. Ideally, I want to use my Yao Rattling Saber on like some Yao with at least one sword whipping strike. But I think I'll go in with another regular Blade of the Dancing Fox.
Okay.
I got a 7 on the attack roll.
Let me see if that hits him. That does not hit him.
Dang.
Alright, so he blocks it. And what is he going to do against you?
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Alright, he leaps forward with like a really deep impaling strike. And he got an 8 on his attack roll.
Strike, would you say?
I've got a 7 for parry, so that would hit. I'll try to tip of a Drunken Snake again. Cathartically. Gotta do it cathartically. Got an 8 on the attack roll, right?
Yep.
Oop, that fell off the table. 3, 5, and a 5. No, fail again.
Alright.
Shit.
Alright. So
I can do one more cathartic attack if I survive this.
Alright, so let's see how much you take. What's your hardiness?
9.
Alright. You take 3 wounds from this one.
Ooh. I'm on 1 wound.
you gonna keep going or?
He says, are you willing to come peacefully?
I go, fourth round, time is up, and dart back into the air.
Okay.
I'll just like start yelling at everybody inside of the thing, go, 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 and start darting towards the
I'll
tunnel.
go.
So wait, is Boar's Drunken Sword running into the house?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to do it tactically so that he can't get an additional attack on you?
If I can, yes.
You suspect if he just gets
when he yells out like fourth round, I'm gonna make an attack on Honorable Bow. There we go.
Constable By.
Constable By, just to distract him.
Okay. What's do you have knowledge, sex, or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
I think that's Dalfunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any? If you want to make a roll on that, you can to see if you know about this guy.
I got a 7.
All right. So you've heard of this constable. He's kind of a weird guy from one of the districts to the west of here, and he's known for not being the brightest bulb in the patch. But you've generally heard like good and pleasant things about him. That he's like an honorable guy, and that he's super righteous. But a lot of people call him Little By.
Okay. So he's no one important. Tell him.
No one important is putting a whip on me.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do a finger flick, I guess.
Okay.
Using one of my various needles. So could I say that I was prepared? Like, is it finger flick has the option to flick 2 objects if I spent a round preparing? So if I was like waiting for Drunken Sword to retreat, would that be sufficient to count as the preparation to flip 2 things?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And I'll do it cathartically.
Okay.
Finger flick. One of each type of poison needle, like 1 stone spider venom and 1 zenbird.
Okay. All right. Why don't you make an attack roll?
Do needles have any bonuses to anything?
No, it's just 0d10 for the attack.
0, okay. I got a 9 and a 1. 9 at the highest.
All right, that's going to hit, and he actually doesn't have any counters that would be serviceable here.
Nice.
All right, so you hit him with the 2 needles. And what kind of can you roll? You have to roll damage now to see if they.
With these poison needles.
Yeah, to see if they penetrate,
So,
and then.
If it's cathartic, it does 1d10 open damage per rank of chi, but it's also 2 projectiles. So how does that work?
So just roll the open damage that it says, and then we're gonna roll the exposure for both of those.
Okay. I got 9, 8, 3, 1.
All right. So I mean, you didn't do a lot of damage, but you did enough to get the wounds to have the needles take effect. And so the needles hit him, and now can you roll the potency against his hardiness?
Potency. Okay. Give me 1 second.
So which venoms are you using again?
So stone spider venom. I don't even know if that's in the book or not.
That's in the Ogre Gate in book, so I'll track that down.
Okay. And there was zenbird venom.
All right, so stone spider. Here we go, stone spiders. All right,
So
so
it's
that's a
40.
1d10 against hardiness. So why don't you roll that first, because that's the most horrifying of the two poisons, I think.
All right. I got a 6.
All right, and can you roll for the Genbird venom?
So that's 4d10. Uh, 8 at the highest, and 3
All right.
6s.
All right, so you hit him, and he kind of looks at the needles, and he says, "Poison! I knew that I couldn't trust the Chin family," and he sort of motions, and people start surrounding the house more.
Yes,
All
get
right, so
close.
what are you guys doing now? I know you had a strategy here that I want to make sure.
I'm
Retreat
heading
into the tunnel. Set off the fuses. Get the fuck out of Dodge.
All right, so why don't you make? I guess for the setting, I guess you already succeed. Did I make you roll to place the explosives?
No, I don't think you did.
Didn't I make you? How did you make 2 rolls?
You
Right?
made Steve roll to generate the gunpowder for it, black powder.
I did make 2 rolls and I got 2 9s, but I wasn't sure how many times I needed to roll for the
All right,
gunpowder.
so just make one other roll just for the detonation.
I got 3.
Okay. All right. So you try to ignite it, and I'm assuming you have like a long wick that goes deep into the tunnels. Is that the arrangement?
Yeah.
I mean, I was expecting it to not be too long, like start of the entrance of the tunnel. Do
Okay.
you know what I mean?
All right. So
Last one through.
So you try to light it and it doesn't go, and you're gonna have to try again. But the problem is they're gonna get a lot closer to you, and you might be nearer.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Alright, let's go. Round 2. I got 9.
All right, you got a 9. All right, so you set it off, and is everybody else bolting down the tunnel at this point?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, I'm
so
sort of like hanging back to make sure Darfon can get out as well.
Can I get a speed roll?
For all of us?
Yep.
Oh, that's gonna
Not
be good.
initiative, of course.
I got 1.
Oh my god.
I got a 7 and an 8, but
What did everybody else get?
8.
8.
I got a 9 and a 3. 9 at the highest.
All right. And I'm sorry, Adam. What did you say you got?
An 8.
An 8. Who got a 3?
No, I got a 9 and a 3.
Oh, okay. And Elliot, what did you get?
I got an 8.
Oh, you okay? So that's what confused me. All right. Okay, so you guys make it to the end of the tunnel with Saffron Tigress and Niping. Dao Feng, we can blame the leg. You are sort of hobbling away, and you hear a voice behind you. It says, "Not so fast." And it's little Bonnie.
I
and he's got
know,
two guns
don't mock
in
me.
the and he's gonna get off one attack before this thing explodes. All right, so he attacks you and he gets an 8 against your parry.
Okay, what's he? How's he attacking me?
I'm sorry. He's leaping at you with Blade of the Dancing Fox.
Okay. And he got an 8, yeah?
Yep.
8 against parry, so that's gonna hit.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So he got a 7 on the first one. He got a 10 on the second. And he got a 10 on the third. So that's what's your hardiness?
Okay, 1 second, I'm whirling dodge it, so I was trying to figure out how high it roll.
Oh,
I got a 3, so I don't want to dodge it. My hardiness is 5.
All right, so that's gonna be 5
Steve.
wounds.
This guy's higher chi rank than us. We've got to do it vertically as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, take all that imbalance, bitch.
Alright.
Is it double if you fail?
No, it's
Plus
your
2.
imbalance +2.
Can you
Okay,
make an
so
athletics roll to see if you can escape the blast after he attacks you?
Athletics, you say?
Yep.
Let's go. 2.
All right. Well, the good news is
Take it, listen.
Constable also gets hit by it. So, all right. This is an explosion, so it's a pretty bad hit. So you're not in the direct blast, so it's going to be somewhat nullified. Not like somewhat. You're like little Bai's taking some of it, and you're further away from anybody from the blast.
Mm-hmm.
They're all going to be taking more. But can you take 4d10 open? And I want you to roll it because I want this to be above board.
Oh, see. Who's bright idea?
A 1, a 5, a 3, and a 10.
A 1, a 5, a 3, and a 10?
Yeah,
So you
my
take 3
hardness
wounds.
is 5. Okay, I'm still alive.
Alright, so let me see.
See if he gets affected by the cyanide.
Alright, so so Constable Bai just collapses, and his men are all, incinerated. You don't know what happens to everybody in the house. You just hear a massive boom, and hopefully all trace of your escape has been obscured.
What about the cyanide?
Oh, is there some? Can you explain the cyanide to me?
Because we, it's relevant because we set up cyanide pockets to also explode with the bombs.
Yeah, but that
rather
would be
than
above the
disperse.
ground, so how
Yeah.
would the cyanide get down here? Like, the concussive force of the explosion would travel down here, but...
Basically, I want to see if we can get like a little buy in cyanide cloud as well.
No, because then I'm going to get in it.
Alright, so...
As a player, I don't care. But what's Ping doing? It's just like Ping is just like running
No,
around.
she's running with Saffron Tigress. She's with you guys who have escaped. So Dalfung, what are you doing as this rumbling and explosion is going on?
Trying to get out of the tunnel.
All right, can you make another speed roll?
Oh.
Do we all need to
1.
make it or just him?
What'd you get?
1.
A 1. All right, so you very slowly make your way. He finally reaches you guys, and he looks pretty battered. Oh, and I think we lost Adam again.
Adam again.
Yeah, can I do like sort of quick first aid for Drunken Sword and Darfang?
Yeah, you can do that. Why don't you make 2 rolls?
Yeah, I have 1 wound left.
And you're pretty sure Constable Bai died.
Oh, nice. I got a 10 for Drunken Sword.
Join the One Wound Club.
What? You got 10?
I got a 10 for Drunken Sword.
All right.
Nice.
And I got a 5 for Darfang. Sorry.
Okay.
Leaving me alone in the club.
All right. Well, it's the thought that matters the most.
He ain't heavy.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. Did we lose somebody?
I mean, it sounded like we lost Adam again.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
Nobody else was dropped, but the sound played again.
All right. So you guys make it outside the village, and you can see the flames in the dawn of your Chin apothecary shop, and you can hear screams and chaos, and you see thick plumes of like black and purple smoke.
I start feeling a strong urge to go back and help them.
What do you guys want to do?
Keep moving.
Let's
do you-
go to Wuzan.
You want to go to Wuzhen? Okay. All right. So it's
Maybe
7:20.
find
So I'm
somewhere
gonna
to rest all the way.
end it here, guys, if that's okay with everybody.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.